Don't stop going south, 'cause they'll let you play your music real damn loud. Don't stop heading south, 'cause they won't understand the words that are pouring from your mouth. Don't stop going.
How do I know what my leadership style is? I'm like, oh, that's a perfect question. And so the way I would answer that question is it really depends, which is probably the most common Marine Corps answer that you'll ever get. It depends. But what does it depend on? And so for your leadership style, if you're a brand new entrepreneur, if you're a brand new mid-level or maybe a beginning leader, what I would tell folks, and so let me rewind a little bit. A couple years ago, I was going to teach at Expeditionary Warfare School, and I had a similar type of question. I've had, at the time, 15 years of leadership experience, but I wasn't an instructor or a teacher yet, so I was like, well, what is my teaching style going to be? And it was a bit of a point of stress and contention, trying to figure that out. But then ultimately the answer came to me, and later on when I became the chief instructor, when folks, which was one of the most common questions that I would receive, is like, hey, what should an EWS faculty advisor teach like? Or what does an EWS faculty advisor look like in the classroom? And my most common answer that I gave to those Marine majors at the time was, it looks just like you. What do I mean by that is leadership takes a myriad of different faces and facets, and a lot of times it depends on your personality, the situation, the role you're in. Sometimes you need to take a more hands-on approach, sometimes a little bit of a less hands-off or laissez-faire approach. So my answer is always, your leadership style depends on who you are. Build it around your personality and always be true to yourself. The most common error I think people can make is trying to be someone else. Hey, I know this guy or I know this gal, they're a really good leader, I want to be exactly like them. Well, that's partially accurate. You can be similar to them in some of the ways that they do business, but you are never going to be exactly like them. So they call it the leadership toolkit. Take some things that you like, put them in the toolbox or toolkit that you'll use in the future, and some other leaders that you don't like, and put them in the toolbox that I won't use later, right? As you refine your style. And so as you're beginning your journey on leadership, adjust your style to who you are. Always be true to yourself would be my answer to that question. Later on, and the second part of that, as you grow and mature in the world of leadership, right, or as your leadership style matures, and John Maxwell mentioned this in his book 360 Degree Leadership, and this is something I would also pass on to the faculty that I would instruct at EWS, was you need to be, as you become an older in the tooth, longer in the tooth, in your leadership style, you need to be a leadership chameleon. And what I mean by that is, you no longer are developing your style is solidified. Therefore, you now need to, on your daily interactions as you're teaching, coaching, mentoring younger leaders or leaders of leaders, you need to be a leadership chameleon. Your style needs to match what best speaks to them. So you may have somebody that you're coaching or you're mentoring that they need a blunt approach. So you got to be blunt. You have somebody who may need a little bit softer approach or may need to have things drawn out or explained to them. Then that's how you interact with them. So you need, over time, to, once your style is established, adjust your style to match other people's as a leadership chameleon. And so to answer the question of what should my leadership style be, well, as I mentioned, in the beginning, be true to yourself. Take goods and others from other types of leadership styles and put them in your toolkit to use or not use for later. And then as you become a little bit more experienced, start to trend towards matching your style with the person you're interacting with at the time. Those three things, I think, are a recipe for leadership style success. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for joining us at Red Letter Leadership.